Good morning. Um, we're gonna try and have it to where I'm not on my own screen here. I know what it looks like, so you should be fine. But I don't know. I just end up looking at that screen too much and making myself anxious. Today's video will just be about like depression and what it means to me and what it's kind of made my life. I guess I don't know. So I don't really have any motivation to do just about anything. The only thing I ever even like make attempts to do are like required things. Like you gotta go get food, cause well if you don't eat food you get headaches and then you get like real nauseous and then you get weak and then you can't really go to work, and if you're working outside, if you're working like a hard job, you'll be puking all the time. So like you gotta eat, so you gotta go to the store like every once in a while, once a week or something. Like I try and make it once a week just so my car gets more than 5 minutes back and forth to work. It gets like a little workout or whatever. Sorry, like I have OCD and my something wasn't centered. I don't know. I have a hard time like not. I understand that that's your eyes or like that's what you're looking at, but I have a real bad time not looking at people in the eyes, so it's kind of hard for me to even look at anyone in the eyes. I'm usually like looking around everything else. Yeah. Hopefully you couldn't see my feet. That would make me anxious. Okay, whatever. Yeah. So I have like a lack of motivation to do pretty much everything. I attempt to do the things that I used to enjoy, I guess, or I used to enjoy, or I thought I used to enjoy. Like try and watch movies. I'll try and like find movies to watch, but rarely can I find anything. Like maybe I'll get like 45 minutes in to a movie and then just tune out, or just stop watching it or be bored and go back to info scrolling on my phone or on the Fire Stick or whatever. So watching movies and stuff, just don't really have the motivation to do that. Playing games, nothing is even like 10% as enjoyable or 5% as enjoyable as it used to be. Like there's nothing like nothing has any feel or soul. I'm just doing it to like do it. Like the only games that I will even play anymore are PvP related games, online games. And I think it's for two reasons. One, I think it's I want to spread my pain and suffering on other people by busting that butt. You know what I mean? Beating them down. Um, but I suck, so it doesn't usually go that good. There's that. There's another thing. Um, yeah, spread my pain and suffering with others. Oh, and show off. Hey, that's the other one. Hey, gotta show off, man. I don't know why. Like I seem to like to drift in public lobbies instead of private lobbies. I might do all the same things. Like I don't know. Like that's pretty show offy, I think. I don't know, like bolsterous like voice comms and stuff, and like battle bit and stuff like that. Just like showing off. Like I understand the behavior, right? Like I get it. What I end up doing a lot of the time is just like sitting there doing nothing or looking for a thing to do, like scrolling through YouTube, or I don't like mess with Twitter or anything. I don't like care what other people are doing. Like trying to find something to watch, man. Trying to find something to fill my time with, and very rarely can I find something to like, keep me focused for very long. So yeah, I just end up doing nothing and sitting around pondering about what I want to do, and then I never want to do it, or I never get around to doing it. And even when I do get around to doing it, I always end up being like, oh man, maybe we can do something else, man. What do you want? You want to do something else? What are you thinking? Or like, oh, you don't have enough time to do this, or like, or it's gonna take too much time to do this. So I'm just like constantly demotivated. You just lay around like very lethargic. Like I said, I don't have any I don't have any reason to go outside. I don't have any kids. I don't have any pets anymore. My buddy, my one friend reached out to me. Like most of my friends have just been like super toxic. Like even this one friend that has reached out to me owes me $300. Right. So like, don't get it twisted when I say like me not talking to people or me not engaging with people is not only because um of my mental illness. It's also because most of the people that I have been friends with or had interactions with have like me over. You know what I mean? So I have this one friend. He didn't message me for a couple months, and I thought like maybe something happened to him. And then he messaged me because he just he wasn't thinking about it. I don't know, but I never messaged him back. That's just something I put off. Like I'll put things off infinitely, if possible. Um, yeah, like again, the only reason I leave the house is because like, well, I have to leave the house. Well, I've been homeless and things before. If you know anything about my whole thing, but like, I leave the house because I have to leave the house because I have to generate money. Otherwise, I'll live on the street and I'll be harassed by police, and it's just like everything will just be bad. Like it all just goes, it becomes worse, right? It's already bad, but like it just somehow becomes worse than bad. So you're just trying to beat off the worst. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, like I just like I said, I just play around a lot. Use my medication. Pretty much it. Don't really do anything else. Like I can't really ever find any motivation to do anything. Like I said, I just do what's required. Like moved into my apartment like 6 months ago or something. Finally took these things out of boxes like yesterday. Got them out of boxes. I got this when I was like living in my car and like at the hotel and stuff. Well, not living at the hotel, but like living in my car and working at the hotel. And I pulled it out of the box. Like it's been in a box for like 6 months, 7 months or something. You know what I mean? Just ripped it back out of the box. Like I only do what is required. I have no motivation to do anything. I just do what I have to do or what I can like almost force myself to do. Like I have an understanding again that I have to do certain things, right? Like I shower every day because, well, at this point I kind of see it as a privilege, whatever, because of the rough times, and I used to only be able to shower like once or twice a week sometimes. So I see it more as of a privilege, and I don't pay my water. I don't have to pay the water, so like what I mean. So I shower like every day, even though my water pressure sucks and everything else. Like, I try and make certain things like routine. Like you have to do these things. Like you have to do these things whether you want to or you don't want to. Like, and also like these, I almost put like, I did put like a requirement on myself, right, to like do a video every day. Like I put effort into this, like sometimes an hour or 2 hours. Like I put a bunch of time into like jerking myself off, I guess personally, and just like anyone that might ever see this crap that I make. Yeah. Like the only reason I'm doing it is because I said I was gonna do it. Like I try and hold myself to certain things, whether I want to do them or not. Like the best that I can, right? But it also like it puts me in bad cycles where like work at a place I hate, kind of live in a place that I think is like real gross and nasty, and I would not want to be in. Like there's a lot of things, man. Like a lot of things that like I don't know. Like wish I could change my environment. Wish I could change everything about everything. I make too much money to get any type of mental health assistance. Like anytime I've ever reached out for assistance, I'm always like, it never comes through whatsoever. It's just always this thing. It says 2 apps are using my microphone, so I'm gonna hopefully not be scuffed out on this and have sad times. I'm screaming because usually when it says I have 2 apps running, that means that my microphone is not gonna work. Okay. It's okay. I won't be chill. I do this thing where, like, when I'm angry or when I'm anxious or nervous or anything, I'll just laugh. It's not great, especially if you're in a very uncomfortable situation where no one else would ever laugh in this situation. Then you start laughing. It's only happened a few times. It hasn't been that bad. I really hope my microphone's working. And I'm wondering if I scuffed myself out by not checking to begin with. He's good, man. He's good. Yeah. It just, it makes me not want to do anything. I just don't have any motivation to do anything, go anywhere, see anyone, be anything other than whatever I have to do. And you might never even know somebody has depression because those are things that I described to you. Like, that person might always just, like, you always just see them and they're busy because they have stuff they have to do, right? But, like, when they're not having stuff to do, or even while they're having stuff to do, they feel like absolute crap. And then, they go home and they feel like crap. And then they just, they cycle out having to do things and feeling, crappy. I don't know. I just feel like it sucks. You know what I mean? It was like a way for me to, like, feel better, feel something, I guess. That'd be cool. And I know, like, seek medical help, seek this thing, seek blah, blah, blah. It doesn't fit in my current life. Like, it's not, like, an affordable option for me to spend $200 a month on talking to a therapist just to talk to a therapist. I think it's insane. Like, I mean, that's like almost 10% of what I make just to talk to somebody. It's like, I just talk to myself. Not in, like, a weird way, but in just, like, I don't know. Just talk out loud. I don't know, man. I'm so paranoid that this is not going to have audio because this seems like a good take. Well, it's not a good take. They're always bad takes, but I'm somewhat on point, as it were. No. It means I don't do anything other than what I have to do. And you might never know I had depression. Maybe you could see that's another thing, too. I don't like looking people in their face because you could kind of see it on me. It's kind of like a dog that's been beaten and just doesn't care anymore. There's just nothing left. It's just like, yep. Like, I have that 1,000-yard stare. I have the nightmares that thankfully I can't remember because, well, I'm pretty lit most of the time. So, even though it barely does anything for me, it at least beats off the nightmares 98% of the time. So that's pretty fucking good. You know what I mean? I turned up my mic volume. I'm sure you can hear me breathing and every, like, pop and blah 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 of my, But I was hoping the quality would be better if it's even recording. I'm telling you, dude, every single time I've seen the 2 apps thing, I get screwed. So I guess that's good enough for now. I mean, I could go on for just ages about it. It dictates, just about every facet of, my life. It's like, I want to do a million different things, and I have no motivation to do them or drive to get there. Past just the most basic of survival sometimes. And it sucks. That's it. Peace out. Probably like an actual gaming thing coming out, whatever, tomorrow. I can always say actual gaming thing. I can't seem to focus or do anything while playing. So it's usually just the gameplay at this point. But yeah. Peace out. I assume my audio scuffed out and everything's potatoes. So, yeah.